The Roman Empire was one of the most powerful civilizations in human history. At its peak, it controlled vast territories across Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, ruling over nearly 70 million people. For centuries, Rome seemed unstoppable. But like all great empires, its fall was slow, complex, and inevitable. Rome began as a small city in central Italy. Over hundreds of years, it expanded through military strength, strategic alliances, and advanced engineering. Roads, aqueducts, and cities connected distant lands, while Roman law created order across diverse cultures. By the 2nd century AD, the empire reached its greatest extent under Emperor Trajan. Roman borders stretched from Britain in the north to Egypt in the south, and from Spain in the west to Mesopotamia in the east. This period became known as the Pax Romana, a time of relative peace and stability. But maintaining such a massive empire was difficult. The Roman army was expensive, and defending thousands of kilometers of borders required enormous resources. As expansion slowed, Rome could no longer rely on conquest to bring in wealth. Internal problems began to grow. Political instability became common. Emperors were frequently overthrown, assassinated, or replaced by generals. Between 235 and 284 AD, Rome went through a period known as the crisis of the 3rd century, when more than 20 emperors ruled in just 50 years. At the same time, the economy weakened. Heavy taxation burdened citizens, trade declined, and inflation made money nearly worthless. Farmers abandoned lands, and cities began to shrink. To stabilize the empire, Emperor Diocletian divided it into two parts in 285 AD, the Western Roman Empire and the Eastern Roman Empire. This made administration easier, but it also weakened unity. The Eastern Empire, later known as the Byzantine Empire, grew stronger. Its capital, Constantinople, became wealthy and well-defended. The Western Empire, however, struggled. Meanwhile, new threats emerged from outside. Germanic tribes such as the Visigoths, Vandals, and Ostrogoths pushed toward Roman borders. In 376 AD, the Visigoths crossed into Roman territory, fleeing from a new and terrifying force, the Huns. Rome failed to manage these migrations properly. Tensions grew, and in 378 AD, the Roman army suffered a devastating defeat at the Battle of Adrianople. It was one of Rome's worst military disasters. In 410 AD, the unthinkable happened. The Visigoths, led by Alaric, sacked the city of Rome. For the first time in 800 years, the Eternal City had fallen to a foreign enemy. The Western Empire continued to weaken. Provinces broke away. Armies were made up increasingly of foreign mercenaries with little loyalty to Rome. In 455 AD, Rome was sacked again, this time by the Vandals. The empire was now only a shadow of its former self. Finally, in 476 AD, a Germanic leader named Odoacer removed the last Western Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus, from power. This event traditionally marks the fall of the Western Roman Empire. The Eastern Roman Empire survived for nearly another 1,000 years, but the Western Empire, the one that had dominated Europe, was gone. Rome did not collapse in a single moment. It fell due to political chaos, economic decline, military overstretch, and constant invasions. Its fall reshaped Europe and marked the beginning of the Middle Ages. Even in collapse, Rome's legacy lived on in language, law, architecture, and culture. The empire died, but its influence never truly disappeared. If you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel for more videos.